Hi, my friends. When I first got out of college after my injury, I had trouble finding a job, and then I was generously given a job in Manhasset. And I started coaching. I coached CYO hoops, and I coached, lacrosse over at St. Mary's. And the Long Island Catholic newspaper did a story on the coach in the wheelchair, and that was me. And then two young priests asked me to speak to their youth groups in their respective parishes. Then both priests asked me if I would consider the priesthood. I met with Bishop McGann, and then he said, "Yeah, go ahead and apply." I applied, not telling a soul, because I never thought I was going to get in. And I did get in, and I did a year of philosophy in Douglaston, 2 years of theology in Huntington, a pastoral year at St. John the Baptist High School. Then I took the job up at Canterbury to teach theology. I was 2 years away from being ordained. And then, a few years later, the bishop asked me to come back, and I had already committed to Yale Divinity School. Then I went back to the seminary, and I left at the 11th hour because I still wasn't sure of my vocation. But I'll tell you, and then years later, I became a deacon, and I can't tell you how many doors my degrees from the church have opened for me, and how great I was treated. I mean, if I lived a million years and I said thank you every minute, I wouldn't be able to say thank you enough. All my friends and even now, being able to go to Mass almost every day, what a gift. In the gospel today, Jesus reproaches two cities where he did a lot of good and they never turned around in their ways. And he tells them, look, even if Sodom and Gomorrah had witnessed his great works, they would have turned themselves around. But you guys are even worse. And so you're not going to have a good ending. I'll say I think the greatest sin I've committed, and believe me, I think of a lot of them, but the greatest is ingratitude. I mean, I can't thank the church enough for what they've done for me. And I would, dare to say that those cities that Jesus was talking about, if they realized what he did for them, if they were anything but incredibly grateful, they would have been completely out of line. So today, let's think about all we have to be grateful for. And I think if we can do that, it'll put us in right relationship with God and each other. Okay, God bless you.